Yes.
We are back.
We're
Listen,
back.
man.
Little hiatus. We back, baby.
Little hiatus. Not because we still gonna be on time in this episode. Listen, man. It's the Free Jazz Podcast. You know what I'm saying? What's this? Episode 54.
54, I think.
54. All right, listen. We on episode 54 right now, man.
50 Bobby Wagner.
we got a single to my right, man. This G is here, baby. Listen, man.
You already know.
I'm fresh back, man. Fresh back like I never left, man. Man, little do y'all know the trials and tribulations it took for me to be here today. You know what I'm saying? I just touched down from Europe. You know what I'm saying? I was in Serbia and in Rome all week, and let me tell you, man, I'm still trying to recover right now.
I wake up, no jet lags, man.
Listen, I can't even sing that song because I am jet lagged like a motherfucker, bro.
I bet.
My body had to adjust to being ahead 5 hours. It was a lot going on out there. I ain't gonna lie. Like.
And when you take a trip, like I feel like, besides LA, that's the first like jet lag trip where the time differences is off. I feel like
the time difference is so off though. Like LA is 3 hours behind. Europe, you're 5 hours ahead.
5 hours ahead. 6 hours depending on where you go.
Yeah, I was 7 hours ahead when I got to Istanbul at first. I was time traveling. I'll tell you that much. That shit was amazing. But yeah, shout out to Serbia. Shout out to Nikola Jokic. You know what I'm saying? Everybody in Serbia's name is Nikola, by the way. I swear to God, everybody's name is Nikola.
And I feel like they all got to be at least like 6'4".
No, yo, bro. We're tall. There's a lot of tall motherfuckers out there. I seen about 3 black people the entire country. I ain't gonna lie. Serbia was crazy. I ran to the Cuban youth boxing team. Them niggas look like they was trying to escape. I ain't gonna lie. I felt kind of bad.
Cuban?
Yeah, that's what I said. I said a bunch of Cubans. I swear to God, I walked up and had to talk to them. I was like, yo, bro, what do y'all do? Why y'all here? Like in the middle of Serbia. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, I just see a bunch of brown skin motherfuckers, dreadlocks and shit. I'm like, and they had the Cuban uniform. I'm like, oh, what do y'all do? Y'all play baseball or something? It was boxing. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot going on, man. Shout out to my boy Alex. You know what I'm saying? AKA, you gotta look us up. It's Sale.tattoo, SALE. Tattoos art, if I'm not mistaken. Listen, man, I was in Serbia getting tatted. I went 12 hours. You know what I'm saying? It was 6 days. 6 hours one day, 6 hours the next day. I'm struggling to stay alive right now. You don't understand what I'm going through.
How was the pain?
Bro, what I can say is there's some shit called tattoo numbing. It's literally called tattoo numbing. It's a cream. Yo, bro, this shit will change your life. Listen, if you're not trying to feel no pain, this is that shit. They owe me a check right now because I'm showing big support. Listen to me. Yo, bro, them 12 hours, I probably was in real pain maybe like 4 hours, which sounds like a lot, but if you think about
that's nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
That
think about
nothing.
It, right? They saved me out of like 30%. They saved me out of like over 60% of that tat. Like I was chilling. When I tell you I was chilling, I mean I didn't feel shit. And I'm talking about it was my whole chest. I wish I could see this shit because it's healing right now. My whole chest black as fuck. I don't know if you, like it's scabbed up. This shit feels so crazy. But besides Serbia, bro, I done got robbed like twice out there. The Cavs was doing me dirty.
It's okay. That's how you know you in a real foreign country. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's your introduction.
Yeah.
That's your introduction. If you don't get robbed by the Cavs, then you ain't really in a real foreign country.
Yeah, that's true. That is very true.
you gotta charge it to the game. You gotta add that in the budget, like the rob Cavs fee.
Dead ass. He's not lying. You gotta add that in the budget, bro. When traveling, add the fact that you're gonna probably get robbed by the taxis. You gotta add that in the budget. You're gonna get robbed by something. You're gonna get finessed for sure. These niggas can smell that you American, and these niggas is ready to finesse. I'll tell you that much. Like motherfucker, I hopped in a cab going from the airport to my hotel in Serbia. The shit was a 22-minute ride. Why the motherfucker looked me dead in my face was like, yo, it's 100 American. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? I'm like, 100? It was 88 euros. So the shit was like 100 American.
Big Ben? Ben Franklin?
I walk into the hotel and I asked the front desk lady, I'm like, yo, how much is a cab from the airport to here? She was like, it should be like 25, maybe 30. I'm like, euros? She's like, yeah. So basically, that nigga robbed me. Then I ended up going to a club, and then
firm 100 is crazy.
I'm leaving the club. It's like 3-something in the morning. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, I'm ready to go home.
Prime pickings for the.
Yo, bro, I take the first cab in front of the spot. The cab's like, yo, he's like, yo, I got the spot for you. I got the club. There's plenty of girls. I get you VIP. All this other shit. I'm like, all right, cool. I get your table, girls, all that shit. $150. I'm like. Fuck it. It was kind of early. It was 3 o'clock. It was my first night there, so I was excited to just be outside. Nigga takes me to the spot. He like, all right, I'm gonna come pick you up in an hour. Cause I told him I was like, I don't really want to be here that long. Just come get me in an hour. He like, all right, I'm gonna come get you. Yo, bro.
Never showed up.
This nigga, first of all, never showed up. I walked into the building because the first club I was at, the building was mad sus. So it didn't even look like a club. It was literally looked like an abandoned fucking building, bro. Serbia looks like 1993 New York. It looks fucking crazy. There's graffiti everywhere. Shit looks shut down and open at the same time. So I go to the suspect ass building. I end up in this creepy ass elevator. I go upstairs, whole club. So when he pulls me, he drops me off in front of this next building. I'm like, all right, it's probably the same situation, right? There was no club. No club. There was no club. Hour later, this nigga never came back. I stayed there for another hour, literally standing outside. It's fucking brick. It's 40 degrees outside.
This moment that he knew.
I fucked up. Listen, when I tell you this nigga never showed back up, bro, he dropped me off at like 3:40. I didn't leave till like damn near 6 in the morning.
And you were just standing there?
I was just standing there looking dumb as fuck, waiting to get kidnapped, murdered, or something. I just knew, I'm like, this has to be had the first half of the plan. Like, he has to be sending somebody to come kill me. Because why the fuck would you drop me off? So this nigga skirted off from my $150. You know what I'm saying? No. It was $150 for the club and all that shit. And then he tried to charge me an extra $100 for the taxi. I didn't get to the point where, in the middle of all this, when he was trying to put me into the spot, I realized, I'm like, this looks a little sus. I was like, yo, bro, just take me home. He was like, yo, my friend, I can't take you home. He's like, I already called the big boss, told him you were waiting on the table. He's like, if I don't drop you off here, it's gonna be a big problem for me. I'm like, yo, word to this nigga to show me pictures of his daughter. He's explaining me how he's paying for his family and all this other shit. So this nigga charged me $100 American too for the taxi. He's like, it's mind you, we was in the car for like 20 minutes. He's like, it's gonna take you another 20 to get you home. It's late night, it's extra charges. Yo, bro, this nigga took $250 from me.
$250,
and never came back. Never spun back on me. Never spun back. So that's how I ended up getting robbed twice in one day, the first day there. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, the tattoo experience was fire. The tattoo experience was fire. And I ain't gonna lie, when I got to Rome was everything I expected. I ain't gonna lie, shout out to Rome.
I heard Rome's a vibe.
Yo, bro, Rome is a fucking vibe. Between the clubs, the people,
I gotta go out there.
The women, oh my God. When I tell you, yo, bro, bitches out there is just fucking models. Like, they're all models. Like, when I went to this one ratchet ass club, shout out to Cuba. It's like Cube with the letter Q. Cuba, but with the letter Q.
Okay.
I was in the middle of the hood. These niggas had a 3-floor club. When I tell you I've never been in a club that had this many women in my life, never, bro. I've never seen no shit like that. There had to be like a 3-to-1 ratio. Like, it was more women than men for sure. None of them spoke English. Everybody was in there speaking Italian.
Even better.
Italian, Portuguese, Spanish. I was getting my Spanish off more than my English. No bullshit. I was literally going through this just speaking Spanish. Even if motherfuckers spoke Italian, I was just speaking Spanish. So I'm like, yo, we gonna figure this conversation out. See? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was getting it off for sure. I'm coming back to life, man. People don't understand. Yo, it was such a hassle to get home yesterday, bro.
With you, it's never easy.
Yeah, it's
ever. No matter, it's always been like that.
Yeah.
Always been like that.
But mind you, I came prepared, bro. It was some bullshit. So getting back home, right? All right. Let me explain what the fuck really happened. All right. So I'm coming from Rome, trying to get back to Newark Airport. Cool, right? I have to go to Paris first for a layover flight. It takes me from Paris straight to Newark. So I end up, my flight to Paris from Rome got delayed 20 minutes. Cool. So I showed up to Paris 20 minutes later than I originally needed to. So when I get to the check-in gate in Paris to go I had to go pick up my bags and go check in again. They tell me I'm 5 minutes late. I'm like, what do you mean I'm 5 minutes late? And they're like, yo, we closed the gate an hour and a half before check-in. I mean, we closed the check-ins before an hour and a half before. I'm like, why would y'all close an hour and a half before if I didn't even get here till I only got here with an hour and 20 minutes to spare. So I really had no shot. And when I get, one thing about these motherfuckers in France, they don't give a fuck. I'm damn near begging. I'm literally begging these people for like 40 minutes straight. I'm like, yo, stop. I'm like, yo, call somebody. Please. I'm like, yo, walk me to the front. Walk me to the gate. Please. I know y'all could do this. Yo, literally nobody was trying to help. They were like, no, I can't help. Bye. They were literally dismissing me. I'm begging these people. I'm not even being rude or nothing. I'm like, yo, I'm literally pleading. I'm like, yo, please.
Help me, please.
Help me, please. I gotta get home.
Help me, please.
I've never met so many people who just didn't give a flying fuck about you. Like, look you dead in the face. I cannot help. I'm sorry. No, just go, please. Like, literally, they were begging me to get away. Like, they were tired of having to tell me no. Like, literally shooing me. But like, no, literally. Shooing me. Like, no, get away. I'm like, yo, y'all don't understand.
Y'all not hearing me.
Long story short, so these niggas ended up telling me like, yo, bro, I was 5 minutes late. Next flight with that company would have been on Friday. It was Monday. So it was either wait till Friday or buy another ticket. End up having to spend $850 on a flight. 8:50 on a flight that left 3 hours from the moment I bought it, right? I'm bullshitting, walking through the airport, thinking shit sweet. Oh, I got 3 hours. I don't got to check into my flight for another hour probably. You feel me? I'm good. I'm sitting around. I had to go pick up my bag, all that shit. Cool. I'm starting to look for the gate for my next flight. And I'm like, yo, where the fuck is this gate? It wasn't adding up. I'm like, where is this 2B shit? There is no 2B. So I holler at somebody there, and they're like, yo, this flight doesn't leave from this airport. This flight's from a different airport. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? I look down and realize I'm at Orly Airport in France. I needed to go to CDG Airport. Kind of find out that shit is an hour and a half away with traffic. Yes. Hour and a half away. I'm like 2.5 hours with my flight though. So I know the gate's closed in an hour and a half. So I got an hour to spare with an hour and a half of traffic to deal with. Yo, bro, I holler at a taxi. I'm like, yo, how do you get me to this airport within the next hour? He's like, yo, bro, impossible. It's an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours with traffic. Then a light bulb goes off in this dude's head, and he's like, wait, I got an idea. Mind you, this is all with a broken accent. This is not English. We getting this shit across though. He like, I got an idea. He said, motor taxi, my friend. I'm like, motor taxi, what's that? He's like, motor bike, motorcycle, taxi. I'm like, what? He hollers at his mans that's sitting over in the corner smoking cigarettes. That's another thing. Yo, cigarettes out there in Europe is the shit. Different. Bro, they smoke cigarettes in the airport. They smoke cigarettes at restaurants. They smoke cigarettes anywhere. Your taxi picks you up. He's smoking a cigarette. They don't give a fuck about your lungs.
Big stogies.
Yo, they don't give a fuck about secondhand smoke. None of that shit. But reverting back to the motor taxi. So dude comes up. He's like, oh, you need to be there in the next hour? He said, don't worry, my friend. I'll get you there in 30 minutes. I'm thinking this nigga bullshitting. Yo, bro, we end up on the back of this motorcycle. Now I'm flying through motherfucking Paris.
Weaving through traffic.
Yo, I'm weaving in and out of traffic. I'm talking about standstill traffic, though. I'm weaving in and out of standstill traffic. We're going in between trucks and all this other shit. I shit you not, we were going like literally like 90 to 160 kilometers per hour the whole way. So basically, he was going anywhere between like 60 to 100 the whole way, miles per hour, the entire way. I haven't been on the back of a motorcycle since I was like a 10 years old.
Through traffic.
Yo, bro, I didn't realize how fucking terrifying this shit was, bro. Yo, this shit felt like a scene at a Dark Night. The way we was swerving in and out of traffic, going through tunnels, and yo, it was crazy. Is so we end up getting. I had to be at the airport by 7:05 the latest. Yo, I walked up to the gate to hand in my bag at 7:03, and they were like, "Yo, you just made it about 2 minutes." Yo, when I tell you,
I would have cried.
I was dead at, bro. I was so emotional. I was so emotionally worked up at this point.
I'm joking?
Bro, I was traumatized because I really thought I wasn't gonna be able to make it. And mind you know how much this taxi charged me? Shit was $300. $300 for a fucking 30-minute ride. $300 fucking dollars, bro. On top of the $850 I spent for the flight. Yeah. So now I'm down $1,200. I'm hot. Yo, I tell you, I'm hot. Yo, bro.
So if I nigga, if I didn't get on that would have been
another. Yeah, I would have another low flight and another $1,000 flight I would have had to buy.
That would have been an international breaking news, BBC news. You feel me?
Going to jail.
They would have had to come pry me from the gate.
Yo, bro, I was ready to crash the fuck out.
Yo.
But in other news. Fuck the trip. We got a vlog coming for that. I want to know what's been going on in America. Because I get back home and all of a sudden niggas talking about Trump going to jail. Niggas talking about this and that's going on. Yeah, allegedly. We know Trump's not going to jail. But like, what the fuck's been going on, bro? I've been going for a week. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been able to tune into sports. I haven't been able to tune into shit. Like, did John Moran go to jail yet? Did he do some more dumb shit? Like,
well, he went to rehab for like 5 days.
Rehab? What the fuck? This nigga's not a crackhead?
I don't understand.
What do you need rehab? Behavioral rehab?
Yeah, it sounds like a PR stunt. He went for 5 days. Now he's about to hopefully play this week.
Oh man!
You know, it was one of those for the media, for the peeps.
Yeah.
But he's looks like he's back ready to play in the next few games or so. Oh, and allegedly Trump's going to jail.
I mean, he tweeted it too. Like that was some different shit.
Of course.
Like,
but you have to realize who he is and who his base is. This is all PR for him. It's all PR for his election campaign.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he is running again.
That's all it is. That's all it is. And how he ran is so unorthodox, like no other candidate has ever ran. That helps his cause in this re-election whole campaign is him having the publicity of going to jail and everything, you know?
Oh, on something I went to jail behind what I believe in. Now this nigga think he a martyr.
What?
This nigga think he Cassius Clay.
What?
This nigga's crazy.
They think he's a messiah, feel me? I went to jail on my belief. Feel me? They think he's Martin Luther King. Feel me?
And I had the nerve. I seen, as soon as I landed, I got service, and I seen the first picture I seen on Twitter was a picture of him in an orange jumpsuit. I'm like, why do I know that this has to be Photoshop? I'm like, this is no way Trump's going to jail, bro. That's just not how that works.
But the thing is, like, but when you say Trump go to jail, it's like for which one? For what? For what?
Right.
Like,
I don't even know what he's going to jail for. Actually, I think it was for lying on the stand or some shit, right?
Oh, he's lying. That's what I'm saying. For what? Which one? He's going to jail. When? For what? Which incident now?
Nah, I knew Trump was on some other shit when he buried his wife on his fucking property.
Yes.
I didn't even know you could do that.
And guess what? It was a tax write-off for him.
Yeah. What?
It was a tax write-off for him.
You could do that?
Bro, all these wealthy people, they know the game. They understand the game. Mm-hmm. So he buried his wife. I forgot which property it was, but now it's a cemetery. It's a cemetery. It's a tax write-off.
Oh, that's mad smart.
Yeah,
son.
bro.
That's that's like people who live at the church. You live at church, you don't got to pay no property taxes on the church. Bro. That's why a lot of like Jewish, I forgot the word for a synagogue, temple. I don't want to synagogue. All right, cool. A lot of Jewish synagogues, they live in there, and I mean even Catholic churches, like they have like apartments up there, like for sure. Because I remember
tax free, baby.
I remember when I used to go to church with my pops in the city. We was in the middle of the Heights, and it was like an entire group of white people that just lived upstairs from the church. And I was like, "Why are y'all here?" I'm confused. And apparently, they worked for the church. They was part of the church, but they just lived upstairs. And there was dead ass apartments. Like we used to go up there and dad like chop it up with the priest and shit. Like just be mad cordial, like as if we weren't upstairs from a church. And it looked like a regular house. Like it looked like regular home.
They be living good. They be living good.
Yeah, that shit
them
is
pastors,
crazy.
Preachers, you feel me?
And by the way, if y'all see me scratching, it's because this tat is kicking my ass right now.
Like,
yeah, if y'all see me cracked out, just scratching the shit out myself, please be
over
with me,
here
y'all.
like on Molly, like
yeah, this shit right. Niggas got me on 10 perks right now. I'm just itching for no reason, bro. This shit feels so crazy.
But allegedly, like the thing is, I don't believe anything I see anymore. In the news and everything. Allegedly they might try to pull a RICO to Trump. They might try to RICO him in Atlanta.
Nah, if Trump catch a RICO, Kodak gonna free him. I'm not jacking that. It gotta work vice versa, right? Like that's how that works. Like if you,
I don't know if he got the pull to do all that.
Nah, Kodak got,
from his own
I ain't gonna lie,
cases.
Kodak got some voodoo shit going on, bro.
The fact that
he must be the luckiest motherfucker ever, bro.
How?
The fact that he's been dodging cases.
Listen, I've told you, if you ever get bored, read his rap sheet. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. The fact that this man is still walking around amongst us.
Yeah,
like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, nah. Kodak's rap sheet is OD.
It's that crazy. Like without knowing who it is, just reading the sheet, you'd be like, who is this person? like why is this person such a terror? Like, who is this walking amongst us?
Nah,
how? I don't know how he's still out here.
Nah, for real though. It's
actually we've been traveling. You've been traveling a lot. I wanted to discuss, because a lot of people confuse these three things. I wanted to discuss the difference between nationality, ethnicity, and race. Because people doing a lot of traveling, and a lot of people confuse those three words. Yeah, and they do have three different distinct definitions. And
100%
practices and way of so nationality.
Nationality is the nation you're a citizen of.
Correct. Nationality is you fill out the immigration form. I'm American.
Right, I'm American.
That's the nation in which you live.
Okay.
Ethnicity is your cultural background.
Yes, the cultural background. Also, like the country, the countries that your ancestors are from. Like
yes,
that your prior generations are from.
Yes, yes, and no. I would ethnicity is more like your culture and how you're brought up and your thought process. Ethnicity is your thought process. If you've grown up in a certain type of environment with certain type of cultural practices, that's how you view the world. Let's and I can depending on your religion, someone can mistake your religion for your ethnicity. Because if you think about like the Latter-day Saints or you think about Muslims or Jewish people or Amish people, their religion is so intertwined with who they are. Some people can say that that's their ethnicity.
Yeah, that's true.
I would consider myself African American because I'm an American, but me being African American has its own bearings on how I've been brought up, on how I experience the world.
Right.
You know, you can be African. You can be African from, like Giannis. You can be African from Greece.
Right.
You know,
he's African Greek.
Yes.
Right.
He grew. I don't know. Well, I don't know if he actually grew up in Greece.
No, he did.
But okay, I don't know. Okay, I know. So he grew up in Greece. So he's African Greek.
Right.
You know, his African experience in Greece has made him who he is.
Right.
African Greek. You can be. It doesn't matter where it matters your cultural background and where you're brought up.
And that's ethnicity.
Yes, that's ethnicity.
No. Right.
Now your race is related to skin color. Your race is related to skin color. Being black, being white, being mixed race. You can be black and be from Japan.
Right.
You can be black and
but you're still black.
Yeah.
Right.
At the end of the day, feel me? Just like the whole notion of people in the Dominican Republic saying they're not black, they're Dominican. That doesn't even make sense.
Right.
Dominican is a nationality, is an ethnicity. That doesn't even make sense. You can be what? So but in Dominican Republic in general, because of how it was structured historically, I would say there's not a lot of white people in Dominican Republic.
Yeah, it's like 5 of them.
Yes, but a lot of them are mixed race. A lot of people from the Dominican Republic are black or mixed race.
Yeah.
It's no difference, but you having mixed race parents is no difference than somebody like Steph Curry having mixed race parents here in America. What's the difference? They're just born in different places. They're still mixed race.
Yeah,
they have two light skinned parents.
Right.
Or you know, if you go other places in the Caribbean, just like they have a lot of white Cubans.
Yeah.
They have Argentinian, Uruguay.
Yeah.
You feel me? They're white people who from that area. Just like there's a lot of there's black Cubans.
Right.
There's black Dominicans. There's black Puerto Ricans. There's mixed race Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's more of skin color, and race wasn't really a thing until colonialism happened.
Right.
Race wasn't a thing. We didn't identify ourselves by our skin color.
Right.
You know, and in Europe, Europe had their own battles going on. Africa had their own battles going on. You know, in Europe, the English hated the Irish. The Germans hated everybody. You know, the Southern Italian, the Northern Italians hated the Southern Italians. Right. They had their own thing going on. Right. It wasn't until slavery and colonialism where people identified themselves with their skin color.
Right, and then there was that feeling. It was the identify yourself as greater than somebody.
Yes, correct. Based off your skin color, and after that, now we have why can't I think of the word? Colorism. Colorism came based off of colonialism, where people with lighter skin color were
considered themselves superior.
Yes, or other people who weren't as lighter skin considered the lighter skin people superior because of their history and how they're treated.
Right.
That all came out of slavery, and we consider, and even mixed race people are considered ethnic or black, you would say, based off of slavery, because back in slavery days, depending on how mixed you were, it's depend on if you were a slave or not. Literally, you can literally go to a different state and be considered a slave based on what state you go to. Each state had their own laws or rules of, okay, you have this much black in you, you're a slave. That's
crazy.
That's why we consider mixed people as ethnic. We consider mixed people as black, because it's based off of that. So, you know, people, this whole notion of, you know, you can be any race and be from anywhere. It doesn't matter. Your race has no bearing on your actual ethnic background or your nationality. Damn. If that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect. I'm following with you. I'm picking up what you're putting down.
You see what I'm saying? Like, you could be black from anywhere. You can be white from anywhere. You can be mixed race from anywhere.
Nah, yeah, that's 100% fact. There's just so many thoughts going through my head. Like I was just, every time I go out and go out the country, I feel like I learned some new shit. Like when I was just in Europe, and I would tell people like, like certain people would like, I was speaking Spanish to them, and they'd be like, "You're from New York, but you speak Spanish." Mind you, I tell everybody I'm from New York when I'm out the country. Listen, everybody think I'm from Harlem when I'm out the country. That's what I'm jacking. You feel me? It's way easier. I just be like, "Yo, paid in full."
You from the east side, Spanish Harlem.
New Jack City, paid in full. before? No, you know what? Juice. I'm from there. You feel me? I just try to explain it real simple. You feel me? I put the movie to depict where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? So I be out there, and then when I start speaking Spanish, they be like, "Why do you speak Spanish though?" And I have to explain to them, I'm like, I'm from this little island where niggas play a lot of baseball, and niggas out there, all they do is speak Spanish. That's just where we from. That's what we do. But like, they're all so baffled by this shit. Even when I go to Spanish-speaking countries, like when we were in Peru, people didn't believe that I was Spanish. They'd be like, "Why do you know Spanish?" It was such a confusing thing. But shit, colonialism. That's why I speak Spanish. If not, I would have some indigenous ass language that I would have known since I was a kid. And you know what I also learned too? Did you know that being Jewish is a race? It's not just a religion.
Yeah, I knew that.
I know you knew that because you smart as shit. But yeah, being Jewish is actually a race. Like, and you and especially because you can be considered Jewish even if you don't follow the religion. If your mother's Jewish, you are Jewish.
Absolutely, and that's the thing. They're such a collective. Even if you have lineage of being Jewish, once you reach a certain age, you can travel to Israel for free.
Word?
Yeah.
What you mean free?
Like, you can travel to Israel for free.
Like if I book the flight, who do I holler at to get the free?
No, I'm saying if you have Jewish lineage
right
in your family, once you reach a certain age, you can literally book a flight and go to Israel for free, stay for free for like a certain amount of time.
What the fuck?
That's your birthright.
Man, you know what I learned is that the people in Israel, they have to join the army at a certain age. I think it's like 21.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they have to. Like if you're a citizen, you have to join the army at 21. I don't know if it's men and women, but I know the men for sure. They have to join the military for a certain amount of time, but I think they do like let's just for example, they do like their 4-year stay in the military. Leading up to that, they give them a year of travel completely paid for. And I don't know if you can go anywhere you want to, but pretty much they just a year of travel completely paid for by the government, and they get to do whatever the fuck they want for that year. Then they have to lock in for however much time they have to do the military thing for, and then after that they get their colleges funded, and I forgot what other benefits they get, but that's part of their regimen. Like if you're from there, even if you left as a kid, you got to come back and serve in their military for a certain amount of time. And it goes back to what I was saying, where they give you that year before. They're like, all right, let's go celebrate, let's go party before you have to get locked in with this military contract, and then after that you survive. Cool.
I didn't know that, but yeah. it's you'd be
shout out to the Jewish homie that told me that on my way back from Cancun actually. Word.
But you'd be amazed at what other governments do for their people compared to in general.
I'm gonna be honest though, I could keep that trip. I don't want to do no military time.
Oh no, I don't.
Shout out to the military, the armed forces. Y'all are the real heroes. Y'all are the real brave ones. Cause I couldn't do it. Like,
nah, not gonna be me.
I'm good. I'm not doing no push-ups at 5 a.m. I'm not running. I'm not trying to save nobody. I ain't doing none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm always so grateful for the military, and for real, like especially like when those days come around, I have high respect for like give me a military holiday. There's so many. I feel like there's Veterans Day. What's the other one? 4th of July. All of them. Like for real. Like
Veterans Day, and then there's
I'm missing the main one. Very important one. It's Veterans Day. It's one in September.
Yeah, I can't think of it.
Yeah. See, this is a bad example of me trying to show respect to them, but I can't remember the name. But point blank being, like, they do what they do so that I can sleep safely at night, and I have to always recognize that. Like, that means a lot to me, to be honest with you. Like, I always got to respect that. Like, just the fact that they're willing to put their life online. Some people aren't doing it because out of American pride. Some people are doing it just for the benefits, and regardless, they're willing to take that risk, and I got to show them mad love for that, because that's the risk I'm not willing to take.
I respect everybody in our armed forces and everything. I feel
like there's a butt coming. You about to say butt?
I'm saying I feel
like there's a butt coming. What? Butt and a comment.
No.
You're making me nervous.
No. All I wanted to say was I respect everybody in our military and the armed forces, and
Memorial Day.
Memorial Day's in May.
Memorial Day. That's in May. There's another one in September.
Veterans Day.
This Veterans Day. There's another day you get good like discounts on cars too. I just can't remember. Labor Day.
If that has anything with the military, I don't know. I don't think so.
Everything got something to do with the military. Like, as far as holidays and shit.
I'm just at a point where like I said, I respect everybody in the military, and you know I thank them for them, and they feel like they're helping us and protecting us over here, but. Me personally,
here's the butt. See, you see how you see how he lowered his tone when he said butt. But like, nigga,
I'm one of those people. I don't think necessarily that what the military does is protect our freedoms here, but I thank them for them being brave and doing what they think is right. If that makes sense. They think
because also they also are just doing a job. It's not.
Yeah, no. Listen, they're
not running the show whatsoever.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
I thank them for thinking that they're doing the right thing to help us, here in America. But in the grand scheme of things, I don't believe that they protect our freedoms here.
I mean, their presence being so is exactly what protects our freedom, though. Like, the fact that they even exist is what protects our freedom, because other countries are scared to pop that shit because they know we don't fuck around.
That sounds like the bad guys, though.
That's all right. I'll be the bad guy as long as we win. As long as we the bully, I'm good with that. You feel me? Like, Kim Jong-un has been bluffing for like a decade now. You feel me? That nigga knows way better than to try some shit. Because he can try some shit. That shit will be obliterated in a second. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like, shout out to the Koreans, though. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the Koreans, but Kim Jong-un is the top op. I ain't gonna lie. Like, if that nigga wants to smoke, we can get the smoke. It's lit. We can do that. You feel me? Niggas be forgetting we really Floyd Mayweather and shit. Like, niggas really undefeated.
What? We them. We are them.
Nah,
we are them. I think
we got a dynasty popping. I ain't gonna lie, for real.
But speaking of, I just don't feel like in the grand scheme of things that what they do is protecting our freedoms here rather than
pushing an agenda,
pushing our power out there and getting money from it.
Sometimes you got to stretch your stuff, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what to listen. There's so much that goes into all this shit that's way above like my pay grade that I could never understand, and I just know that all of it somehow is necessary, whether for the good or the bad. This shit be necessary. Like,
I don't know. I
really don't know.
I don't agree. I don't. From my standpoint,
it's hard,
but like I said,
it's hard for me to agree or disagree. But I just gotta accept what the fuck's going on because I don't understand exactly what's going on. What I do know is that we go to a country and second we step foot, we never leave.
Yes, exactly.
We don't ever leave. These niggas start getting McDonald's and Walmart in the next couple of years.
If other foreign nations had military presence in America and had their own cities going on, that you saw them riding around with heavy artillery.
We in Jeep Grand Cherokees in Iraq right now, nigga.
But I'm saying if all that were going on, guess what we would be saying in America, our freedoms are in jeopardy. Right? If we spin artists, we would say in America that our freedoms are in jeopardy just based off their presence. Their military presence in our country, right?
But I'm so American with it, and in my head I be thinking maybe we're the right ones though. Like maybe our ideologies are correct, and I know it's not. But compared to the type of shit these niggas be doing, you feel me?
Compared, we are the Hall of Fame of this shit. We are nobody.
Not the Hall of Fame of evil though. Not the Hall of Fame of evil.
Nobody launders more weapons. Nobody has more military crimes against humanity than us. We are number one.
You think so?
Absolutely.
Are we the worst though?
It's the media, bro. They tell you what they want you to tell you.
Damn. You do got a good point.
We are number one in all of this stuff.
Shout out
what we've done, all the bombs we've done in Syria, all the bombs we've done in Iraq, Iran, all the bombs we've done in out in the Middle East and in Eastern in Libya, all the bombs we've done out there. We are number one when it comes to all the military war crimes. We are number one.
But
we are number one. By far.
But is it never reactionary? Like I feel like it's reaction. Like
we're there. How is it reactionary if we're there?
But I feel like we get pushed to the point to get involved. Like we didn't want nothing to do with World War II.
I'm not talking about none of that. I'm talking about turn of the century. I'm talking about War of Iraq here now.
But the history has to deal with what's going on now. But the history is the reason why we got to move the way we move. The history is the reason why we get somewhere. We have to stay there because these niggas be up to some shit right after that. They be ready to plot and get ready for the new shit. They be like, all right, boom. These niggas just they won. All right, we gonna load up. We gonna get ready and we gonna start this World War II shit. And then when that shit don't work, we gonna start some more shit. And then when that shit don't work, they gonna start some more shit. And America learn like, oh, we gotta stay here because these niggas be wildin'.
But speaking of crime against humanity, what's his name? Allegedly, Putin was just charged with war crimes. They charged Putin in Russia with war crimes.
But what that mean? Putin is the man. He's not gonna get touched. Like he's not getting in no trouble.
But do you think World War III is on the horizon? Speaking of World War,
yeah. But I think it's been on the horizon.
But
ever since Elon Musk bought Twitter, I knew this shit was gonna pop
But you know
up.
what's funny? Do you know what's funny? It's ironic that in reality, America is only 55 miles from Russia.
Alaska.
Yeah. We're closer to Russia than Cuba is to Miami.
That's a fact. Cuba's only like 90 miles away.
And it's actually how it flipped on its head. And do you know how we actually got Alaska?
No, but you about to tell me. So
I'm about to tell you. So,
yeah, how the fuck did we end up all the way up there just lost?
I'm about to break it down. It's gonna make so much sense.
Okay.
So, at the time, Russia's biggest ops wasn't us.
Right.
At the time, Russia's biggest ops was Great Britain.
Right.
And Alaska, the terrain, it was hard to defend.
Yeah.
And it was hard to settle in.
Right.
So they didn't want Great Britain to seize control of Alaska and come from that side. So they said, "Hey, America, do you want to buy this land from us?" So we literally purchased Alaska from Russia, and that's how we got it.
Because it's not like shit. God damn, America is some hating shit.
It's not like we settled there and ended up. No, they literally sold it to us. Russia really sold it to us.
Oh, that makes a lot of fucking sense.
And since we're talking about
shout out to Great Britain, by the way, just because like I don't know how they popped that shit. That's a little ass island. At the end of the day, London, Great Britain, the UK, that shit is an island.
I know, bro.
This big.
But you got to realize. All countries have Independence Day from them. They are like,
but that's what I'm saying. Like, of course, they oppressed and all that shit, but you got to give them some type of credit for being a little island, and the fact that they have so much dominance, the fact that
over the world,
all over the world, motherfuckers speaking English from this one little island. We got to give it to them. Like, shout out to y'all. Y'all did y'all thing.
So many different countries have their flag based off their flag.
Australia's flag is literally just the Britain flag twice. One flag. They're like, Britain twice, nigga. Done.
So speaking of, we talking about Alaska. Do you know how we got Hawaii? We ended up with Hawaii. I'm about to tell you. So it actually starts with Cuba, right?
Right.
Cuba at the time, obviously a territory of Spain.
Okay.
Was like, hey, America, Spain is bullying us. And us being America at the time, the relationships were different. So we were like, Spain, stop bullying our neighbors. And Spain was like, no. Like, you want beef? So it started the Spanish-American War. Spanish-American War at the time, a territory of Spain was Guam and the Philippines. Right. That's why the Philippines has so much Spanish influence.
Right.
Because it used to be a territory.
Yeah. Shout out to the Philippines.
We used Hawaii as a military base to fight them in the Philippines. Oh. If you think about it geographically.
Yeah, Pacific Islands, right. And
so we did that, and we ended up winning the war.
Of course, that's what we do. You know what I mean?
And as a result, we ended up getting Guam. We ended up getting Puerto Rico. And we ended up getting the Philippines. But now the Philippines is like, wait, we just went from one oppressor to another oppressor. Now we're not doing this. So we ended up the Philippines-American War. And we went to war with the Philippines. I didn't even know
we had that. When the fuck did the Philippines and Americans go to war?
Look it up, bro. And the Philippines basically they won, and we were like, yeah, y'all good. We don't want no.
The Philippines won?
Yeah, because we weren't even worried about that. Feel me? Like they was fighting to die. Like this is our land.
Not respectfully though. So some proud people.
And they beat us, and we were like, okay, y'all got it, and we're gonna go back.
Imagine 100,000 Manny Pacquiao's. That's not some shit you want to do. Them niggas is gangsta over there. Shout out to the Philippines. Shout out to Manila and all that. You know what I mean?
But yeah, that's the reason why the Spanish influences in the Philippines.
I really never knew before the war it was the Philippines. That's crazy. I learned that shit right now.
It literally happened like this because they was not messing with us. Yeah. They were like, we were going from one oppressor, like we were like a trophy to y'all? Nah.
Yeah, I mean, the Philippines literally named after King Philip from Spain, so it makes sense. They were like, nah, we're not doing this oppressive shit. We already went through this shit.
We already went through this. Now we got to go another oppressor?
Yeah, like these Spanish-speaking white people already violated. Now you got these English-speaking white people. We're not doing none of this.
And yeah, that's how we got Puerto Rico as well. And then after decades went past, and we ended up, Hawaii ended up being a part of America, but it started out as an army base to fight Spain and the Philippines.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's exactly why. Yeah, they got Pearl Harbor was a thing because they were the closest to Japan. Like the Hawaii being so close to Japan, they were like, we can't get to California without y'all noticing, so we just gonna bomb this shit right here.
Yeah, so geographically, it all makes sense.
Yeah, damn.
Yeah, man. So
that's fucking insane. History is crazy.
History is really crazy.
History is crazy, bro.
History is really crazy when you connect the dots.
Bro, when I was at the Coliseum just now and you're in Rome, that shit was so ill, bro. Like, did you know the Coliseum it was built on a giant lake? Like the Coliseum was built on a man-made lake that was built with an aqueduct system that allowed the water from the lake to be to be rushed into the Coliseum and be taken out. So what they used to do is they used to have naval battles inside the Coliseum. Yeah, I shit you not. I can't make this shit up. They used to flood the Coliseum and put 2 big ass boats.
I'm about to say.
They used to put 2 boats in there, and motherfuckers have full out naval battles, like cannons, all that shit.
They was playing Battlefield in real life.
In real fucking life for entertainment purposes. That shit was crazy. Like going out there and noticing all, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Learning all that shit is like, what the fuck?
History is crazy.
Bro, and even the science behind it. Like, how the fuck did y'all think to create a stadium? That's like if Yankee Stadium could just be filled with water. Like at a snap of a finger, they're like, yo, flood the gates.
Flood the gates.
And then they just put 2 boats in there. That's what I'm saying. They just put 2 boats in there, and all of a sudden these motherfuckers just go like get to sword fighting off battleships. Like shit is crazy, bro. Yeah, like this is before guns and all that. Like they just started going like.
Yeah, that's absolutely unbelievably.
Bro,
wild.
that shit seats 50,000 people. And it was made of all marble. Floor, walls, ceiling, marble.
You know how much money that costs,
bro?
Mind
you, it was built for free. It was built off the Italians went and conquered Judea after they had already had Judea on in a stronghold. Had them in a headlock. Judea was like, yo, we're breaking away. We don't fuck with y'all. Y'all niggas wildin'. We doing our own thing. And then Rome was like, okay, we'll see y'all in a little bit. Rome was like, it's even better for them to separate themselves because then we're just going to go conquer them again. So they did that. They went to go conquer them again, brought back 70,000 slaves and all their riches, all their stones, all that shit. Used that 70,000 slaves to come and build the Colosseum. All that shit was built for free. Literally, the emperors at the time, forget the exact name, but they came back with the idea of, okay, there's so much bad shit going on in Rome. But it was like right after there was so much bad shit going on in Rome. They were like, yo, we need a distraction to distract the people from the fact that they're starving, distract the people from the fact that they don't have no homes. Because it was a time period that literally Rome was burnt down, like prior to the Colosseum and all that shit. And part of those emperors coming in, their whole marketing plan was, yo, listen, we're going to create this giant stadium. We're going to host these games. We're going to have people fighting lions in this bitch. Like, y'all going to love this shit. And it's going to be completely free to y'all. Y'all don't have to pay $1.
And what you said is powerful because it's a distraction. It's all a distraction.
Ding.
It's all distraction.
Like the fucking Super Bowl.
All entertainment.
It all makes fucking sense. It always is entertainment.
It's a distraction from the actual everyday lives of the people.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter what's going on. We can go see these lions fight. We can go see this naval ship battle.
Yeah,
it's all distraction for the bigger thing. So,
damn, bruh. Yeah, that's why I do love history though, because it all reconnects itself. Like the fact that that's 2,000 years old and what you just said makes so much. It really is always a distraction. It's the propaganda built around it. Like, yo, y'all don't worry about that. We're gonna have Jake Paul fight fucking Mayweather. Like, don't you guys worry about any of this fuck shit going on.
Don't worry about that. March Madness is coming on.
March Madness, right? Oh yeah, shout out to FDU by the way.
Big shout out FDU. Shout out to Princeton. Man. You feel me?
What's Princeton got going on? Are we jacking up because they from Jersey?
Yeah,
Princeton's in the Sweet 16.
Yes,
bro. I haven't been here. I have no idea.
Yeah. Princeton's in the Sweet 16, bro.
What? And shout out to Bama. Shout out to my boy JQ.
Big shout out JQ. Them and Houston are the 2 number 1 seeds, only ones left.
Yeah, they've been the shit from the beginning though. Everybody's been counting them in to be in the
shout out JQ
at the end. Yeah, shout out Javon Quinterly, bro. His story, his triumphant story has been fucking crazy.
Yeah,
bro.
after tearing his ACL.
After tearing his ACL in the tournament, losing last year, coming back, and he got SEC MVP of the SEC tournament that just happened, and they won the SEC tournament.
Yeah, they did.
And now they're in the Sweet 16, and it's like, man, they have a real shot to win the title. And if they do that, they pull that off, bro. Our son's a Jersey GOAT. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, he's already a legend.
He's already a legend.
Legend.
He'll
Shout
be
out
a Jersey
JQ.
GOAT for sure. Like, you feel me? As a true 6-footer, like barely 6 feet, and the shit that he's accomplished from going to Villanova, getting out of there, going to Bama, tearing ACL, COVID taking the season from him, all that other shit. Like, my boy is still going crazy. So shout out to JQ for real. That shit is amazing to see. Like, people that you known since like real young, to see them on TV going
crazy,
going on the big stage.
Wow, it's amazing. Big shout out to JQ and let's go Bama.
We going Roll Tide all the way.
Roll Tide. But you know FDU, they're the shortest D1 school.
What do you mean?
They have an average height of 6'3".
Basically, I could have played center there. Like,
bro, they beat Purdue. Purdue had the 7'4" guy.
Oh, what?
That FDU's tallest guy was 6'6".
What?
Yes, that was crazy.
I'm mad as hell.
Yo, the point guard is 5'8". The point guard was like Shaq, legit. He was out here doing
Shakir, by the way, not Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, not Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah, when you say Shaq, I'm like, wait, people don't know who you're talking about.
You're right.
Shaq is 7'3".
But yeah, yo, that average height is 6'6". They had 3 D2 transfers.
D2 transfers?
Yes.
That's mad.
They were 4-22 last year.
And they beat the #1 seed.
Yes.
That is fucking crazy.
New head coach, 3 D2 transfers, shortest team in the nation.
And
out of any D1.
And they from our hometown. Shout out
T-Neck. Big shout out to T-Neck.
That was dope.
They were shouting out T-Neck, yo, all week.
See, I'm mad
They
as fuck. I didn't get to see that. I was thinking that, like, yeah, that shit's probably all through ESPN and all that good
crazy.
shit.
We was going crazy.
I was mad as fuck when I seen FDU making headlines and I wasn't even in America to catch up. And my fucking TV apps wouldn't let me log in because I was in foreign Wi-Fi.
Oh yeah.
So on my phone, I wasn't allowed to see no Sling TV. They was like,
oh yeah, they trying to hack your shit, bro.
Yeah.
It's over.
Nah, dead ass.
But
damn,
shout out. I was going crazy watching that game.
Yeah, and that's back-to-back years where Jersey made a big noise. Like,
yes.
And I remember St. Peter's last year was fucking insane.
St. Peter's was 15. It was
the
15 seed.
15 seed, and they got all the way. I think they got to the Sweet 16 or
the
Elite Eight.
I know Sweet 16.
They didn't make it to the Elite Eight.
Nah, Sweet 16.
Still, man.
FDU almost should have won, man. Should have won, bro.
Wait, who'd they lose to?
I forgot.
It's irrelevant. Shout out to FDU.
I forgot. Yo, but it was one of those games. It's not like they got blown out. Like they was missing their layups, bro. Like they could have won.
Shit.
But shout out to Princeton. They ain't a Sweet 16. They ain't 15 seed.
Is it? Yeah, Princeton's a Ivy League. If I'm not mistaken.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Big
absolutely.
Ivy League. Yeah,
Princeton Ivy League.
Yeah. Shout out to Princeton.
Shout out to Princeton, Jersey. We out here, but
that's like South Jersey. We not
nah. Princeton's not South Jersey.
It's like Western South Jersey.
Princeton's like North
There's farms
Jersey.
out there, my nigga.
Bro, Princeton's
farms. You hear me? Farms.
Bro, there's farms are closer.
What?
Yeah.
Word?
Yeah.
Closer don't count though.
But I'm just saying, Princeton's by the other FDU campus.
I never even knew FDU had 2 campuses.
Yeah.
No, I never knew that shit.
Really?
That's like if you tell me you go to like Rutgers, Camden, I'm like, I don't count.
Rutgers, Newark.
Yeah, Rutgers, but Rutgers, Camden is OD. Like,
but
you out there risking your life, gang? Like,
but yeah, there's another FDU campus in their D3. Like there's a whole nother it's the Knights. The Knights are up here, and there's the Devils.
See, the fact you even know that is mind blowing. How the fuck you even know that?
Yeah, but Princeton is North Jersey. Don't disrespect.
Nah, I'm not jacking that.
It's not Northeast Jersey, but it is North Jersey.
Nah, I'm not jacking that. If it's not Northeast Jersey for real, it's really a dub. Like, cause like even when you get to like Butler, that's like Northwestern getting there. Like
like Sparta.
Yeah, that shit weird up there, bro. Sparta is very weird, bro.
Yo,
I'd have been pulled over in Sparta. I'd have been to a tow truck company. I'll never forget. I got my car towed up there, bro. I seen some of the most racist shit I've ever seen in my life.
You get your car towed everywhere. You're one of them. You're one of one. You're really one of one. I ain't gonna lie. You really one of one.
If there's possibility for some fuck shit, it's gonna happen.
It's really, and you really one of one all the time.
Thing is, you was with me that night, but I left you. We left because you was in different cars.
Yeah. Come back from Sparta.
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. That pool party was lit though. That pool was lit.
Yeah, that pool party was fucking
jumping.
I never seen a house that big. That house was so crazy, nigga. They had Fabio Foreign pull up and perform the next party they had. I shit you not. Like,
I know.
Like how you have Fabio pull up to the backyard. That got it.
Nah. That was that night. Wow, you did tell me about that.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Yeah.
What's crazy is I ain't gonna lie. I was halfway a little bit, man, a little schmiz, and I 100% passed the sobriety test. Not gonna lie to you, that shit was crazy.
You were like, I got to sober up real quick. You were like,
literally, bro, shut that whole shit off. It's 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm swerving, but I was honestly more tired than I was like bop. Allegedly, but what I can tell you is
no drinking and driving, guys.
No. I really was like, I wasn't that fucked. I was really just tired.
I'm just talking. Of
course,
to our lovely people who are still listening to us.
Yeah, we definitely no drinking and driving. You never want to do that. But at the time, I just know that I don't know how the fuck I like just immediately like just came to life. I was like, what? Red and blue lights. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? And sure enough, passed the whole sobriety test. Them niggas dropped me off at 7-Eleven. Took my car, of course. And then the next day when I came to go get my car from that tow truck company, I was
why they take your car? Registration?
I always got some bullshit. I don't know.
Fails. You're elite.
Shout out to you though, because I ain't gonna lie. There's one nigga whose phone number I always remember by heart is Kamon. There's one nigga I know I gotta call. Like, yo, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I need some help. The first time I ever got arrested with a warrant, you came and saved me.
I know. I literally
between you and Base was like 15, and Dad went to go pick up my car, no license, looked 12 years old. The nigga, they dead ass gave him the car key and let him take my car out the lot. And I'm like, this is a 15-year-old, no license, no nothing. Like, y'all fucking crazy.
Yo, you called me multiple times. Like,
you picked up every time. That's why, nigga. Shout out to you.
Yo, I can't even go there like 4 in the morning one time.
Oh yeah, that wasn't that long ago.
That was maybe
like 3 years ago.
Yeah, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. That was that long ago.
Yeah, but guess what? You can't.
It was like 4 in the morning. You call me. You're like, yo, bro, you can come pick up my car. They about to talk. I'm like,
the best shit was. The funniest shit was. I don't know if you remember. I was parked in somebody's driveway.
I know. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. You just swerve in the driveway real quick.
Yeah, bro. Listen, when you know you're riding dirty, and you know the police is behind you. If y'all don't know this, they got them license plate readers. They on some RoboCop shit.
Yeah.
Them license plate readers is elite.
Different.
Especially when you're in them rich towns. License plate reader, it's over. If you know you dirty, pull over, get into a store, go somewhere, my nigga. Make it look like you need to make this turn. So that's my thing. I just pull up in somebody's driveway, As soon as I do that, cop pulls right up to the driver like, you live here? I was like, my mans do. Mind you, I'm with somebody. I'm like, yeah, my mans do. He inside right now. Sure enough, within like a couple seconds, the owner of that house comes, opens the gate, and like it's like some woman in a robe. They're like, this is your friend? I'm like, yeah, that's my man. Oh, that's my man's mom and shit. And she's like, you know them? And she was like, nah. I'm like, fuck, we going to jail. And yeah, but shout out to Cinco. You ain't let them tow my car. So shout out to you. You saved me a good $300-400.
I parked my car, I got you. You feel me?
Yeah, it was a simple situation. Shout out to them though. The cops wasn't tripping. They was like, you know what? We're not gonna violate you. Your man's is 10 minutes away. Cool. Like, just let him. By the time we finish searching you anyway, it's gonna be cool. That was before weed was legal and all that. My car smelled crazy.
And the thing about those license plate readers that they have is it goes straight to the HQ. Feel me? Yeah. So they got no choice to pull you over. Yeah. Like, feel me? They lieutenant gonna be like, yo, like, we just got the buzz from them. Like, why you ain't?
Bro, I remember being in the back of a cop car driving through like Tenafly, one of them rich towns again. And that's when I learned what the license plate reader really does. Yo, bro, that shit reads everything immediately. Like, it's like a fucking, it's like the shit from Dragon Ball Z, the shit niggas used to wear in the goggle shit. With
what? Do you see energy levels?
Yo, bro, you see everything. Literally, as soon as they drive past you, like, even if you're going...
Captain Ginyu?
Even if you're going the opposite direction, though, like, they have cameras all around the cars. Or their cars have cameras all over. Like, if you ever look at a cop car, especially the detective cars, they have, like, these 4, like, big cameras that almost look like cell phones hanging off the side of each corner of the car. And as they drive past you, literally your whole information pops up, like your face, your license, all the information that comes with your license. It pops up right there because you can literally see shit on the screen. Like, they ride around this big ass laptop type screen.
I know they do that.
It just pops up, boom, immediately. It's not like they're pressing a button, nothing. It just boop, 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 boop. I'm like, what the fuck? And it'll tell you if their registration is expired. It tells you everything about the vehicle too. And it like if your license is in it, it'll pop up with like a red X in front of your face. And basically, go get him, like, and go get him, and he'll turn right around, saying, yeah, because it pops up with the registration of whoever's car that is. Yeah, they don't know who's actually driving the car. Yeah. So it's just whoever's car that is what the information that's gonna pop up.
Of course.
So you're riding around, like, see, my mom was riding around in my car for a minute, and my brother too. These people are legitimate as fuck. My brother works for the whole government. Damn near, he was running for senator last shit. This motherfucker was riding around in an Audi that was registered in my name, but I had gave it to him. Yeah, so he's riding around in my car, getting pulled over every time he came to Jersey because he lived in New York. But every time he'd cross the bridge, he would get pulled over. Because at the time, I had a suspended license. So they'd be like, oh, are you as Merlin Vasquez? They'd be like, nah, I'm Angel. Clearly, we're not the same person. We don't look, me and my brother don't look nothing alike. And he would get so tired of coming to Jersey. He's like, yo, boy, every time I come to Jersey, I got to get pulled over because I'm in this fucking car.
Always something.
So, yeah,
I'm telling you, always something.
There's a way. If there's a way for me to fuck this up, I'm going to fuck it up.
It's literally always something, bro. For real.
That's the story of why the fuck he ended up getting rid of that car. He was fucking sick and tired of that shit.
He was like, nah, I'm not coming to Jersey no more. I'm not coming to Jersey no more. And it's not like he don't even be doing nothing. He don't even be doing nothing.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. My brother is like like the fucking saint when it comes to crime and shit like that. This motherfucker's never been in trouble a day in his life. Yeah, so yeah, that's the story, man. I got so many stories of the bullshit that didn't happen.
Oh yeah, I got so many more stuff I want to bring up, but we don't gotta do that.
Yeah, we don't gotta do that right now because listen, man, we got into the end of the episode, man. I feel like Next week for sure. I got to reload on topics. Actually, next week is not even next week. It's gonna be in like 4 days because this is actually Wednesday. Cool. This episode is gonna drop today, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? We gonna holler at Marv, see if we can drop this today, man. We just want to say thank y'all. Anybody that's been listening, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the Free Gems podcast.
Absolutely appreciate y'all always.
It's been episode 54. This shit turned into a history lesson / like vacation recap / whatever the fuck's going on with Trump / everything else, man. But we appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you guys for tuning in, for real.
Y'all have a good one, man. It's been the Free Gems podcast, episode 54. And next week, we'll be back with real topics and anything, man.
55.
I got to catch up with life, man. I've been going for a week. I got to go catch up.
I got a crazy topic coming up. I ain't gonna lie. Yeah.
Well, we gonna get to it next episode, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Y'all have a good one. God bless and all that.
Yes, absolutely. We out of here.
Damn, bro. I need...